Hello, welcome to Old Nerd Reads Marvel Comics in Order. This is episode 103. This time I read Guardians of the Galaxy number 9. I guess technically it's what Marvel Presents is the name of the title. So the first 3 issues of this title were, I think, Bloodstone, or at least the first, I forget. But Guardians of the Galaxy didn't start until issue 4 of Marvel Presents. And then it ran until the end of the title, which is issue 12. So there's only 3 more issues after that. This is Steve Gerber's final issue. Roger Stern comes in next issue and he writes the last 3. So as I just said, this Steve Gerber is the writer. Al Milgrom is the artist. He's been the artist, I think, the whole time. And he will continue on even after Steve Gerber leaves. We got the great Bob Wycheck doing the inks. Denise Wall, letterer. I don't recognize her. Don Warfield, colorist. That's another name I'm not familiar with. But Archie Goodwin was the editor-in-chief of Marvel at this time. One of the greats. But this issue is the first of a 2-part storyline, which goes into the origin of Starhawk, which is kind of strange because this is Steve Gerber's last issue, but it's the first issue of this 2-parter that goes into Starhawk's origin. Look at that. That's a great 2-page spread right there. Very good. Very good. Very good. Al Milgrom artwork. I never liked Al Milgrom. I appreciate him now. He had a long run on a West Coast Avengers, and I never cared for it because of his artwork, but I've since gone back and read them. I own them now, and I have a new appreciation for his artwork at this point. But with Bob Wycheck doing his inks, it's as you can see, his line work is very tight. That's not, if Al Milgrom were to do his own art and ink himself, it would be very heavy blacks, very like sloppy line work. I would call it sloppy line work. I don't know, somebody else would probably have a better description of it than sloppy, but that's the way I always felt. And but I couldn't deny, even when I didn't like his artwork, that, you know, he's a good cartoonist, he's a good storyteller, he's good at laying out panels and drawing, but I just didn't care for his style. But yeah, this issue just goes into Starhawk's origin, and we start by Starhawk and his sister have been split apart. The last few issues, Starhawk would go between being himself and being this woman, this mystery woman. And there were also some children involved. And this issue goes into what's really going on. It's all been very vague up until this point, but here we get how Starhawk came about. Born from a test tube. And it's all very, very convoluted, as Steve Gerber does. And I don't mean convoluted in a bad way. I just mean that he has so many ideas and they all come out on the page as just like, holy cow, where does he get all these ideas? He crams a lot into a story. And now this would be Starhawk and his sister, and these are the two forms that the current Starhawk goes between. His sister, it's actually his stepsister. He's an adopted. He's adopted by this invading, conquering army in the red here. They found baby Starhawk on this mutant world that they conquered, and one of the soldiers brings him home and they raise him. But he doesn't fit in real well with his adoptive family. And this is really neat right here. He finds this ancient temple and this statue of the Hawk God, which just makes me think of Hawkman from DC Comics. But that apparently is how Starhawk comes about. We don't find out quite in this issue, but while he's exploring, his sister comes along, and this is how they become joined in one. But we don't get to see quite how that happens in this issue, as the Guardians are attacked by marauding invaders. I think they're Reavers, kind of like from Firefly and Serenity. I think these aliens are called Reavers. So I wonder if that's where Joss Whedon got the idea for Firefly for the space mutant zombie berserker invader aliens. Got it from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's possible. He's a comic book guy. But yeah, this is part one. Steve Gerber's last issue on the title. And Roger Stern is one of my favorite writers. He takes over for, like I said, for the 3 issues after this, before the title is canceled or whatever happens to it. And we'll see how Roger Stern does, because this Steve Gerber and Roger Stern, I don't know much about Steve Gerber. I'm only recently kind of delving into his writing. And I like it, but it doesn't seem like him and Roger Stern are like cohesive. We'll see though. We'll see what Roger Stern does. He's an excellent writer, so maybe he will pick up on what Steve Gerber laid down. I think in the letters page, they make mention of the passing of the torch. What does it say? It says there's something in here about it, but I can't quite find it right now. We won't reveal exactly what Roger Stern, has in mind for Vance's future, but we will allow as how Roger's plans are alarmingly similar to what Gerber had been toying with. So that's cool. But I wish I could find that little blurb in here. But I can't. Anyway, too much dead air. So this is the February 1977 issue. So it would have come out in 76. It would have come out in like November or December of 76 actually. But this is Steve Gerber's last. So he will be missed. He has done some really neat things on this title, I must say. Very, very cool. Big science fiction concepts in this comic. Has anybody else read these or not read these, been interested, curious about? Please comment down below. If you know anybody else out there in the old nerd community, still reading your comic books past age 50 like me, who would be interested in this, please share the video with them. I would really appreciate that. And stick around. I'm doing this series where I'm reading my collection in publishing date order and doing a video for each issue that I read. Roughly publishing date order, I should say. Don't always get it quite right. But yeah, please like, please share, please subscribe. I appreciate you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.